What's up guys, Scott here from Uncle Scott's Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make some delicious brown rice. This is one of the most perfect side dishes you can make for summer grilling season, for cookouts, for picnics. Very easy to make, less than 5 minutes of prep time. Ingredients you can find at most any grocery store, and most importantly, absolutely delicious. Now let's show you how to make it. Here is what you are going to need. The first thing is the rice, and this always causes a little bit of confusion. This is brown rice, but there's actually no brown rice in it. We're going to start with white rice, and the stuff we add to it is going to turn it brown. So I am going to use some Mahatma extra long grain enriched white rice. Should be able to find that at most any grocery store. And if you're one of those people, and you know who you are, who has been hoarding big bags of rice in anticipation of pandemics, pestilence, death, war, famine, the end of the world, well, now might be a good time to open a bag. We're also going to need some beef consomme. This is Campbell's beef consomme. Note that consomme is different than stock or broth. The consomme has some gelatin, and that's going to give our rice some additional texture and chew. Make it really, really delicious. Also going to need some butter. I'm using unsalted, and some garlic powder and some onion powder. Now this rice we are not going to cook on the stovetop. We are going to cook it in our oven. So go ahead and get your oven preheated at 375 degrees. And as far as the baking dish, you're going to need something like a standard Pyrex, some sort of earthenware, or if you really want to go fancy, you can use some enamel cast iron. I'm going to go fancy. If you show up to a picnic or a cookout with your rice in a dish like that, remember presentation is very important. The better a dish looks, the better it's going to taste, just the way the human brain works. And finally, you're either going to need a lid for that baking dish. If you don't have a lid, you can just use good old-fashioned aluminum foil. Works just fine. And as far as what size baking dish to use, depends on how much rice you want to make. So adjust accordingly. I'm going to give the proportions and amounts of ingredients for kind of the standard batch of brown rice. So for every 1 cup of dry rice, you're going to want to use 2 cans of beef consomme, undiluted. Just use it straight from the can. Now, if we were making rice with plain water, we would want to add salt, but because there is so much salt already in that beef consomme, there is no reason to add any additional salt. I do add quite a bit of pepper though. Now for the garlic powder and the onion powder, there are no set amounts here, but what I do is just take the shaker and shake some on the top. It will kind of float on the surface of the liquid and create just a little thin film or coating on the top of that liquid. If you end up adding a little bit too much, not the end of the world. And for every 1 cup of dry rice, add a half a stick, 4 tablespoons of butter. Slice that up and kind of distribute it evenly around your rice. Now back in the day, my grandmother used to use an entire stick of butter per cup of rice. Can you imagine that? An entire stick of butter. And if you grow up down south, that's how you kind of grow one of these. And that's mostly it. And once you've got everything in there, simply cover your dish either with a lid or with aluminum foil. Put that in a 375 degree oven for a half an hour. After a half an hour, remove the aluminum foil or the lid and allow it to continue cooking. Another 20 minutes or so, start checking the rice. And every oven is a little bit different here, so that's why you have to start checking. Usually takes me roughly an hour total. So an additional 30 minutes after removing the lid, but you got to check it. The main thing to avoid here is overcooking the rice and turning it mushy. If everything goes correctly, once you remove the lid or that aluminum foil, the hot air in the oven will kind of create, not exactly a crust, but with that gelatin in the beef consomme, it will develop a little bit of texture and chew on that top level of rice and will be absolutely delicious. And here it is, Alabama Southern style brown rice, an absolutely delicious addition to any cookout. Try it out, make it, let me know what you think in the comments and feedback section below. I'll put the exact recipe in the description below the video. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again next time on Uncle Scott's Kitchen.